Assalamualaikum class. In this video we are going to discuss the remaining part of exercise 1.4. In the previous part we have discussed about the absolute value of a number as well as the absolute value of a variable, and now we are going to solve some equations and inequalities involving the absolute values. So here we are having match problem 3 and you can solve example 3. So here we are having the first one question that we have to solve the equation absolute value of x plus 2 is equal to 6. So if we want to express this geometrically, or if you want to express what is the geometric meaning of the expression, so as we have discussed earlier, that absolute value always represents the distance between the 2 points. So x plus 2 we can write it as x minus minus 2, that is we are talking about the distance between x and minus 2, as the distance between the 2 points is represented with the mod of a minus b. So absolute value of x plus 2 is basically the distance of x and minus 2, and the answer is 6, means it is 6 units. So we can write that x is 6 units from minus 2. Now we are going to solve this equation, as we know that absolute value of x is equal to x if x is greater than or equal to 0, and minus x if x is less than 0. Here we have minus x. So we know that whenever we talk about the absolute value, it means we have two possibility, either a positive or negative. So we will discuss both one. So whenever we have any absolute value expression in a case of equations or inequalities, we have to discuss both cases, positive and negative. So at first we will take it positive, and we will solve the equation to get x is equal to 4. On the second case we will take the expression to be negative. We always take the expression negative, not the other side. So we are going to have x plus 2 is equal to minus 6, that is x is equal to minus 8, and hence our solution is going to be 4 and minus 8 in this case. Next is x plus 2 mod, or absolute value of x plus 2 is less than 6. So its symmetric interpretation is that x is less than 6 units from minus 2. Again we will take it as first case to be positive, and for the second case we will take it to be the negative expression. So x plus 2 less than 6 means x is less than 4, and for this side we are going to solve it when I shift this negative sign on the other side, or when I multiply a negative on the both sides of the inequality, we have to change the sign of inequality. So x plus 2 is less than greater than minus 6 and x is greater than minus 8, or you can solve it in this way, that we are going to multiply this negative sign with the bracket. So minus x minus 2 is less than 6, that is minus x is less than 8, or x is greater than minus 8. So you can see that it's totally up to you, that either you want to solve the negative sign with the bracket or you want to shift it on the right hand side at first. So now we are going to combine the two results. Now we have x is greater than minus 8 and x is less than 4. It means we can combine it in the one single interval, which is minus 8 to 4, open interval, because we are not having the sign of equality here. Now for the next part we have 0 is less than mod of x plus 2 less than 6. Now you can see that we are having two inequalities basically. So we will break this double inequality into two parts. The first one is 0 is less than absolute value of x plus 2, and the second one is x plus 2 is less than 6. So at first we are going to solve this one. We all know that absolute value of x is always greater than or equal to 0. So absolute value of x is greater than or equal to 0 means absolute value of x plus 2 will also be greater than or equal to 0. So this is showing that x plus 2 mod is greater than 0, but it is not equal to 0 right here. So whenever we are having the sign of inequality, or whenever we are having inequality with the 0 at one side, so we are just going to check that either we are having the sign of equality or not. If we are not having the sign of equality, it means x plus 2 mod is not equal to 0, because otherwise it is a true statement, it is true for all real numbers, so we do not need to solve it further. So this is just to inform you that either x plus 2 is equal to 0 or not. So if mod of x plus 2 is not equal to 0, it means x plus 2 is not equal to 0, it means x is not equal to minus 2. So this part is just going to inform you that you have to remove minus 2 from your solution set. Now the second inequality is going to be x plus 2 absolute value is less than 6, and we have solved it earlier, that we have to take it one time positive, one time negative, and here is my answer, minus 8 to 4. But along with this condition we have to remove minus 2. It means my interval is going to break in two parts, minus 8 to minus 2, then minus 2 to 4. And mention or remember that we have to take this bracket to be open, because if you close the bracket at any one point, it means you are including minus 2, but this will be a false one, because we have to exclude minus 2. So whatever the point you want to remove, we have to keep the brackets open. in the both intervals. If we have the sign of equality over here, then we have to put the close interval, but these will be closed from -8 to 4 but not for -2. Next one is x plus 2 absolute value is greater than 6. So it means that x is more than 6 units from -2. And again, in order to solve this inequality, we have to take one time positive, one time negative. If this is going to be x is greater than 4 and this is going to be x is less than -8. And now we want to solve, or we want to write down the solutions, and that is we will try to combine the two results. Now we have x is less than -8 and greater than 4. Now you can see that we cannot combine the two inequalities into the one single interval. So we will write it as a union of two intervals, -infinity to -8 union 4 to infinity. Now here are some questions that we are going to solve and write answers using both inequality and interval notations. Question number 30, absolute value of t is less than or equal to 5. So t is less than or equal to 5 and minus t is less than or equal to 5, or t is greater than or equal to -5. So when we combine these two, less than or equal to 5, greater than or equal to -5, so -5 to 5, close interval will be the solution set for this, because we are having the sign of equality over here. Next is question number 32, mod of x or absolute value of x is greater than or equal to 5. Again, we will take it positive and negative. So for positive, we get x is greater than or equal to 5, and this provides x is less than or equal to -5. So less than -5, greater than +5 means we are not able to combine the two inequalities into the one single interval. So -infinity to -5 union 5 to infinity, but obviously we have to keep the intervals closed at 5 and -5 because of this sign of equality over here. Next is question number 34, absolute value of t minus 3 is equal to 4. This is a simple equation, so we are not going to have intervals as an answer. So t minus 3 is equal to 4, and minus times of t minus 3 is equal to 4. This gives t is equal to 7, and this gives t is equal to 1. So here is a solution set for this equation. Next we have question number 36, absolute value of t minus 3 is less than 4. So t minus 3 less than 4, minus times of t minus 3 less than 4, this gives t less than 7, and this provides t greater than -1. So t is less than 7 and greater than -1. It means we are able to write down one single interval, which is -1 to 7 open interval. Then we have question number 38, absolute value of t minus 3 is greater than 4. So again, one time positive and the one time negative, and we get t greater than 7 and less than -1. So clearly we are not able to combine the two intervals into the one single one. So -infinity to -1 union 7 to infinity. Next we have question number 50, which is a simple equation, absolute value of x plus 1 is equal to 5. So we will take it one time positive, one time negative, and answers are 4 and -6. Next we have question number 46, absolute value of 5 plus 2 greater than or equal to 8. So 5 plus 2 greater than or equal to 8, and minus times of 5 plus 2 is greater than or equal to 8. So we will solve it to get y is greater than or equal to 6 by 5, and this will gives y is less than or equal to -2. So this is going to be the union of the two intervals, and clearly because of the sign of equality over here, we will keep the intervals closed from these 2 points. Then we have question number 48, absolute value 10 plus 4s is less than 6. So again, one time positive and one time negative. This provides s is less than -1, and this gives s is greater than -4. So it is, we can see greater than -4, less than -1. So one single interval is going to be -4 to -1 open interval, because we are not having the sign of equality over here. Then we have question number 50, absolute value of 4 minus 5n is less than or equal to 8. So one time positive and one time negative. So this will give n is greater than or equal to -4 by 5. Here you can see that we have to change the sign of inequality, because we are dividing a negative number on the other side. Similarly in this case, n is less than or equal to -12 by 5. So it is less than or equal to -12 by 5. It is greater than or equal to -4 by 5. So there is the answer, because this will not be a combination of one single interval. So it is a combination of two or the union of the two intervals, and because of this sign of equality, we have to keep the interval closed from the real points. Then we have question number 52, absolute value z plus 3 plus 5 by 6 is equal to 1. This is a simple equation, so one time positive, one time negative, and we have solved it using the LCM method. Here z is equal to 1 by 2 and z is equal to -11 by 2 as an answer. Then we have question number 54, 0.5 v minus 2.5 absolute value is greater than 1.6. So we have to solve this, one time positive, one time negative, and this will gives us v greater than 8.2, and this will gives v is less than 1.8. It means it is going to be a union of the two intervals. Next, we have question number 56. Absolute value 5 by 9 into f minus 32 is less than 40. So again, one time positive, one time negative. And when we shift this negative sign on the other, it is going to be greater than minus 40. And by solving this, we get f is less than 104 and greater than minus 40. And here is the result at minus 40 is less than f less than 104, or the interval is minus 40 to 104 open interval. The next topic we are going to discuss is about absolute value in radicals. There is a relationship between the two terms, and what is the relation we will see now. Now we know that absolute value of x is equal to x if x is greater than or equal to 0, and minus x if x is less than 0, that it is always non-negative. Similarly, square root of x square is also satisfy the same property, that is it is always non-negative, and we can prove it with the help of the three cases as we have discussed for absolute value of a variable. That is, if I take x to be positive, that is x is equal to 2, then square root of x square is equal to square root of 4, that is 2, and the answer is equal to x. For x is equal to 0, square root of x square will be square root of 0, answer is 0, which can be replaced by x. Now for x less than 0, or the negative number, let's suppose x is equal to minus 2, x square is going to be 4, and square root of x square will be square root of 4, which is 2, and now we can write this 2 as minus times of minus 2, that is minus 2 is replaced with x, so minus x. So whenever x is negative, it is going to be minus x. So you can see it is satisfying the same equation or the same definition. That's why we can say that absolute value of x is equal to square root of x square. So the two expressions can be replaced easily with each other. So here we have question number 58. Square root of m square is greater than 3. So we will replace it with absolute value of m greater than 3. Now m is greater than 3 and minus m is greater than 3. That is m is less than 3 and greater than 3. So there will be a union of the two intervals in as a solution set. Next we have question number 60. Square root of 3 minus 2x whole square is less than 5. So again we are replaced it with the absolute value of 3 minus 2x less than 5. We will take it one time positive, one time negative, and the solution is going to be x is greater than minus 1 and less than 4. So greater than minus 1 less than 4 means we are having a single interval to be minus 1 to 4. Next we have question number 62. Square root of 3m plus 5 whole square greater than or equal to 4. So this is going to be absolute value of 3m plus 5 greater than or equal to 4, one time positive, one time negative. So this is going to be m is greater than or equal to minus 1 by 3 and less than or equal to minus 3. So here are is the solution. Because of the sign of equality over here, we have to keep the interval to be closed at the real points. Then we have question number 64. 0 is less than absolute value of x minus 5 less than 0.5. So again we are going to break this into the two parts. So first one is 0 is less than mod of x minus 5, as we have discussed earlier that whenever we are having the sign of inequality with the 0 on the one side, we do not need to solve it completely, because this expression is always greater than or equal to 0. So greater than 0 is always satisfied. We just need to check the sign of equality. So it means x minus 5 mod is less than is not equal to 0. So x minus 5 is not equal to 0, that is x is not equal to 5. So this is providing the information that we have to remove 5 from the solution set. Now we will solve absolute value of x minus 5 is less than 0.01, which is going to provide us 4.9 greater than 4.99 and less than 5.01, and we know that 5 is lying between these two numbers. So we have to remove 5, and we will have the two intervals 4.99 to 5 open intervals union 5 to 5.01 open interval.